Do you know what banknote hunting is? Well, there are people out there that are going through their $20 bills hunting for very rare banknotes and selling them online or in person for a lot of money. Imagine coming across this $20 bill and selling it for $1,320. There's a very good chance that's what this person did. Now look, if you want to hunt for banknotes, what you got to do is go to your local bank and ask them for some new bills or some old ones in the same denomination. From there, you can take those bills home, look through them for rarities like we go over in this video, take them back to the bank, deposit them back into your bank account, and you lose no money whatsoever. Why did this bill sell for $1,320? Well, this is a 1934D $20 bill with a star at the end of the serial number and it graded by PMG at a 66 EPQ. EPQ just means exceptional paper quality. That star and the high grade are the two biggest things on this bill. Star notes are essentially replacement notes. So these bills sometimes will have an error on the sheet and a quality control manager is going to find that sheet and destroy it and produce a new sheet with a star at the end of the serial number. If you have a star note from 1934 to $20 bill like this and a high grade, you're in for a treat because $1,320 for this one. $3,120 for this $20 bill. Now when you're looking at the back of this $20 bill, nothing looks out of the ordinary. It's a completely normal bill. You can see some folds. It's not in the best condition. It is important to know that the back of the bill is actually the first print. Not many people know that. Then the second print is the front of the bill, which you see here. And then the third and final print is that overprint. So you can see it's misaligned here. The district and treasury seal and the serial numbers are just completely out of alignment there. And that's what allowed this bill to sell for $3,120. Now, if the condition was a bit better, it would have sold for more money. $3,600 for this 2009 $20 bill. Now, if you haven't noticed already, the reason why I sold for $3,600 is mainly because of that high grade of a 67. Remember, 70 is that highest grade. And also that serial number. You've got a solid number 6 serial number here. People go absolutely bonkers over crazy serial numbers like this. If you have one, keep it safe because $3,600 for this one. Here's something you don't see every day. This is a 1996 $20 bill with a pre-printed stock air. So when a company like Crane, which produces the paper for the BEP, sends the Bureau of Engraving and Printing these pieces of paper, pretty much there's a barcode or some sort of pre-printed error on the sheet before they print it on top of it. This is a big time mistake, and the reason why it sold for so much money is because they just don't really exist. They're not out there. On top of that, when I see a grade like an extremely fine 40, that means this bill has a lot of folds on it. There were people that were passing this bill, they were paying for it. It was going in their purse, going in their wallet, whatever. Before someone noticed, they said, hey, what is going on right here? What is this? They gave it to a paper money expert. They realized it was a pre-printed stock error, and that person turned $20 into $5,520. This always blows my mind. So this one sold for $6,000. That's right, $6,000 for the serial number 1 bill. I want to point this out. First of all, serial number 1 bills, very sought after, very highly collectible, but look at the grade. This is a very fine 25, guys. You know what that means? This means that this bill sat in a purse or a wallet for a lot of mileage. This bill is in really beat up condition. This bill has been folded. The corners are really worn down. There's some stains. All this means to me is that bills like this are still out there being circulated, that people have no idea what to look for. Guys, if you come across something like this, you've hit the mother lode. $6,000. Now this is mind-blowing. $10,800 for this piece of scrap. So if you know who D.B. Cooper is, pretty much in 1971, this was his ransom money. You can do a bit more digging online, Googling around if you want to know more, but pretty much this is a piece of his ransom money, and pretty wild for this piece of scrap that most people wouldn't even know. But yeah, $10,800. $13,200. Now this is a serial number 1 bill once again. Now we get this asked quite often. If you come across a rare bill like this, what do you do with it? So that you have a few options. You can find some coin shops around you, see how much they would pay for it. Make sure that you get the opinion of multiple people first because you don't want to get ripped off or scammed. Or what you could do from the comfort of your home is send us a quick picture. Let us know that you have it. We'll tell you what it's worth, how to sell it. We'll make sure that we're completely transparent, open, and honest with you. Again, most bills that people have are actually not rare and valuable. We don't want to give you unrealistic expectations here that every single bill that you have is going to be rare, but the ones that we go over in this video, they sell for a lot of money because they are rare items, right? The condition's really good. They have rare errors on them, or they have fancy serial numbers. So if you want to sell a rare bill like this, just please do your homework. We hate hearing stories about people getting scammed or ripped off. That's the reality nowadays. There are people that will do whatever they got to do to try to take your money away from you. Just please, guys, make sure you're getting the full value of your bills. $18,000 for this 1928 $20 bill. Now remember, 1928 was the first year they started making these small size bills. Before that, paper money was actually a lot larger than it is today. A big thing here is the grade. Obviously, a 65 is uncirculated, meaning there's no folds on the bill. Now, how you get a higher grade than a 65 is look at the margins or the centering of the bill. You can see that white border around the bill. You can see left to right, it's a bit off. The more centered it is, which means the consistent that white border is all the way around, the higher the grade is going to be, as long as there's no bends, folds, things like that on the bill. Another big thing is obviously the star. It's a replacement bill. Lastly, it's a light green seal. So you can see that seal on the right and the serial numbers are both a light green color. Now these bills can come either light green or dark green seal. Collectors really like those light green seal, guys. So if you have one, keep it safe. $18,000 for this one. Such a great example here. This is a real, genuine United States note. It's a gold certificate that sold for $26,400. Very similar to the previous note, however, there are gold serial numbers and a gold seal, meaning that back in the day, you could actually bring a $20 bill like this to a local bank and exchange it for equal value of gold. That's right, guys. You could bring this bill to a bank and get gold back. How cool is that? Unfortunately, we don't have that anymore, but this is a real bill. It's a star note. It's a high grade. It's a gold certificate. That's why it sold for $26,400. A beautiful example of US paper money. $36,000 for these two $20 bills. So this is so cool, guys. I love seeing things like this. This is so rare, but what it tells us is that there is possibility out there for you guys to make a lot of money. Because watch this. Look closely at these two bills. What do you notice that's the same? Go ahead, look closely. Did you notice it yet? That's right. The serial number on these bills is identical. This never happens. This is a complete mess up from the Bureau of Engraving and Printing. If I was a quality control manager at the BEP, this would be an extremely scary thing for me to see. Why? Because there could be a lot of these bills out there and they wouldn't be tracking the amount of output of production correctly. This means the wrong number of bills. Pretty much, to keep it very simplified, this is a big red flag. This is a big no-no. Duplicate serial numbers like this are really bad for the BEP, but they're really good for us because collectors love paying tons of money for stuff like this. Guys, if you have a duplicate serial number error, or look, even if you have like a $1 bill and a $20 bill with the same serial number, that is still rare and valuable. If you have them side by side, guys, keep an eye out for your rare serial number bills because they're worth a lot of money. Remember, if you want to send us pictures, click on that link down below. We'll be waiting to see your pictures and we'll see you there.